Yo guys, what is up? London from LNTV. And today, as you might have remembered the week before, there's been quite a bit of a schedule change. So, yes, and now you're all caught up. I will be reviewing the new Bully before Melon Charge, and then we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to jump straight into the Calvin and Charge trilogy for the outro. The Businesswoman review is already up. That's been out for less than a little over a year. So, with that being said, let's get into this. So, Top Notch Babysitter Second Gen 2, the new Bully is their eighth animated installment or ninth studio installment, whichever side of the spectrum you look at it. This movie really saw them going in a completely new part of town after just getting used to Mel as the main protagonist. Mac is already being the main protagonist, and the gears are being shifted. This movie has Rachel Spost, the bully, as the antagonist who tries to purposely antagonize Mac to get him angry and feel like he can't do anything about the situation until the end of the movie really wraps things up perfectly, and he shows off that he's tough through anything bad. He just wears a hat, and apparently that scares her. The movie is actually really interesting. It's only 25 minutes, clocking in only 4 minutes longer than Melon Charge, which, might I mind you, was the goated film. So that's where, unfortunately, I'm going to have to talk about this film being not as good as Melon Charge. I think Melon Charge was, and it's kind of a given, I mean, following up one of your interesting, most diverse experiments and everybody's favorite film from the franchise already that went to gross so much money worldwide and just became a famous hit for Top Notch Babysitter. Now, with this film, it did and it didn't. It's kind of hard to, in sales, measure up to the success of something that just happens randomly and jarringly that really saves your franchise. Especially seeing what was before Melon Charge. But this was after. This movie is really, really interesting. I gotta give credit where credit's due. It feels like this movie does do a good job of portraying the lens through Mac's glasses for the first time. Even though this movie is only 25 minutes long, it manages to captivate scenes just perfectly. Just like what I said with the Melon Charge review, I think that this movie is just about the right length. There's a lot of scenes that go down, especially at the front half of this part, that are really interesting. And during the middle and latter half, it's really good too. This movie all around is just really good stuff coming from a franchise that knows how to pull it off pretty well. And this is an underrated gem in their discography. Heck, I highly recommend you check it out. I was very shocked to see that people didn't give this enough credit. What are you doing? Go check it out. And I'm surprised to see how much it grew on me. I never really spent that much time with this film. But like yet again, I said in the 2018 review, I was doing myself a disservice. This film is really good, and I highly recommend you check it out. Sure, it may be simple. It might not be that energetic masterpiece that films like Melon Charge or the Calvin and Charge trilogy is, but it still gets its point across extremely well, and it's a really interesting work of art. So yeah, this is definitely a 3 out of 3. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, whatever way you look at it. And it's pretty much one of the most underrated films of all time. I'll see you guys in the next review, which will be the next Top Notch Babysitter review will be coming up, and that will be the Melissa in Charge review whenever that movie comes out. I'm so excited. But until then, we've got lots of fun stuff coming up, like the 2006 sequel, Scrapped live action is coming first, then 2023 live action, then of course 2005 live action to close that off, and then top 4 Top Notch Babysitter films underrated part 2. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. See you next time. Peace.